Can you imagine all things you need to organize if you move to another country? Would you sell all your things? Would you buy everything new? Can you imagine all the paperwork? What a huge task. Carol is a friend of ours and has done this very thing only 12 months ago, so we welcome Carol today in chatting with us all things immigration, visas and choosing Australia.
When was that exact moment when you decided I would like to pack up and move to Australia?
When my daughter moved to Australia, our son emigrated 4 years before her, and we thought she would stay in Europe, but she decided that she would also like to come and live here. And when both of them moved to Australia, that's when we decided that we would like to join them. They spoke to us a lot and kept insisting that we come and live here, and we did.
Was that through like a sponsorship or a visa?
Yeah. Yeah, well, our son came here when he was 18, then he came home for 10 years, then he came here for a wedding and found a job in hospitality, and they sponsored him for 4 years. And then when our daughter came, she came just for a year and stayed with our son, but while she was here she also got employment and they sponsored her for 4 years.
Do you think that you have made the right decision?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We've never regretted a single moment.
Did you have to do a health check to come to Australia?
Yes, we did. We had to go to London, to Harley Street, and have our health check. They had to know our full medical history, and then they sent it to the authorities in Australia.
And did you realise any difference from coming from the UK to Australia in the last 12 months?
Yes, people are so much more friendlier. There's more highways here, I find, than in England. We have a lot of country roads in England. And I love the weather, and I like it that in Melbourne you have seasons as well, because I like the seasons. Beaches are beautiful. It's just a lovely place to live. It's an outdoor life, which I love.
What's your favourite season here in Australia, Carol?
Definitely the summer. As I'm from England, we don't really get very much summer, so I love the summer here. And we've now put a pool in our garden because we've had such a beautiful summer. So yeah, I love it. I love the summer. Although I like the autumn as well because it's fresh, you know, and it's a little calmer than the summer. But yeah.
What do you like about the summer?
Well, normally it's not as hot as it was here this year, I've been told. But I just love to be outside, so we can have barbecues and friends over.
What's your favourite Australian snack here?
Tim Tams. Oh. When we used to come and visit the children here before we moved, we'd been here about 10 or 11 times. I used to have to take a case full of Tim Tams back for all my friends in England. So I only used to give them half though. I used to keep the rest.
Which flavour of Tim Tams? We have the original, but we also have a few different flavours.
Caramel.
Yeah.
Love caramel. Yeah. Double chocolate, that's good as well.
Are you enjoying being in Australia?
Yeah, very much so. And meeting all you guys as well. I really wish I had, but I haven't. But I have been to Buckingham Palace, and I have been inside Buckingham Palace and seen all of the historical clothes and all the photographs of like Princess Diana and the children and all the royal family when they were children. So that was really special. We saw all the cutlery and the plates and everything.
Did you like Princess?
We loved Princess Diana. I even had the same hairstyle as her once.
How long have you been in Australia for?
A year. We got here on March the 13th last year, so it's just over a year now that we've been here.
And what do you do at Umbrella Support?
Okay, well, Cindy doesn't like working on the computer. Okay, it takes up far too much of her time. She'd much rather be with all of you. So I do all of her computer work, make sure your files are up to date and tidy and in order. And I've input on the computer everything that Cindy needs to know about all of you.
Coming in Australia.
Absolutely, so happy. Yeah, we really love it here. When we first decided to come here, I was a little bit worried because we didn't know anybody, we didn't know the country, but everybody is so friendly and has really welcomed us, so we do love it here.
That's good. Are your favourite Disney movie?
Lion King.
This is my favourite.
It's mine too.
Do you like my nails?
Oh, wow, yeah. God, I'm going to get mine done like that.
How long did it take to get your visa?
We applied for our visas in 2015 and we were told it would take 23 months, so it's a month less than 2 years. It took six years. We had COVID, so that held up the visas as well. But yeah, we should have been here in 2017 and we got here in 2024.
How long did it take for you to fly to Australia?
24 hours, a long time. We stayed in Hong Kong for 3 hours and then got on another flight to Australia from Hong Kong. So it took 24 hours.
What money did you get when you got over here?
Well, to come over here, we had to pay for our visa. We didn't have to have money to come and live here because we sold our house in England and bought another house here. But we did have to pay for our visa because we've never paid any tax in this country and we needed to pay for Medicare as well.
What did you do in the UK for work?
I worked for the National Health Service, which is like your Medicare, and I worked for a dental company. So we were called the Special Care Dental Service. So we used to see all special needs adults and children. So some of the adults and children, well, all of the adults and children that we saw could not go to a high street dentist because they could not help them, like with yourself being in a wheelchair. We used to have hoists and we could see people a lot easier.
What work do you like the best?
I like all admin work. I like working for Cindy though.
Carol, with the permanent move to Australia, did that take you long to adjust in terms of jet lag?
We luckily lived with our daughter who was already living here, but it probably took me a good week to 10 days to feel better because jet lag used to make me feel a little bit sick and hungry all the time. I don't know why, but it took a while. It took about 10 days, yeah, and then we got into the swing of it.
How long did it take you to obviously change your services from here, from the UK, to here?
Because when you're with the NHS, you just deregister. You just tell your doctor that you're immigrating. So when we got here, because we've got permanent resident visas, we could just go into Medicare and we got registered. It took a while because you have to queue up. You have to sit in those chairs. But yeah, it was quite simple actually. It was quite simple. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Lucky I bring my own chair.
We have so many questions for Carol and she's answered them all for us today. Thank you, Carol, for your time.